Right, this is kind of going to be a bit of a random video, just kind of thoughts, updates, that sort of stuff. Two things that I need to talk about. Everyone's been asking about a Christmas stream and what's the plan and stuff, so I'm going to talk about that in a couple of minutes. And obviously, what is actually happening with the PlayStation Plus update? When's it going to happen? Because unless you didn't know, Xbox actually announced their games with gold titles, I think it was yesterday, which is really, really early, and PlayStation still kind of sat there on their hands wondering what's going on. Now, before we do get into talking about all this, just one quick thing. When it comes to actually gaming, if you guys are looking for a new controller over Christmas, looking to get someone a gift like this, or even just after improving your gaming style yourselves, make sure you check out my sponsor, Controller Mods. There is a link and a discount code down in the description. Now, these guys are really cheap for what they actually provide. Even if you're just after a custom controller with a custom faceplate, it's so cheap, it is unreal. But they also do modded controllers, tons of stuff just to kind of mess around with your friends, but I would say don't use it in a public lobby. And obviously as well, I've mentioned it before, the Dominator buttons. If you've seen scuff controllers and stuff that are so overly priced, these guys offer an option which is very similar, but instead of having big paddles on the back which can feel uncomfortable, they're literally just tiny little buttons on the back that do the same thing. Definitely worth checking out, links in the description, but let's get into stuff. Now, the Christmas update, unless you don't know the dates that everything's supposed to happen, everyone kind of thinks that it's going to be over Christmas that the update is going to happen. But the first Tuesday of January, which is when the games officially actually come out, is actually the 7th of January. So we're not due an update. We're not due to get the reveal until New Year's Day, the 1st of January. So over December, technically we're still like way over a week away until we're supposed to find out what we're getting. But New Year's Day is obviously a holiday. Don't expect any updates on the PlayStation blog or anything. And to be honest, in between Christmas Day and New Year's Day, there's only a couple of working days. So, me personally, I don't think it's going to happen earlier either. If anything, there's two things that's going to happen. We're going to get an update on the 2nd or the 3rd of January, which a lot of people are going to be a little bit annoyed about. Or it's going to happen before Christmas, which will either be on the 23rd or the 24th. Now, if that happens, it's great news for us. Because obviously we find out the games that we're going to be getting a week or so early, we kind of can anticipate what we're going to play. And with it being the first lot of games for 2020, I'm pretty confident we're going to be getting two decent AAA titles and possibly a VR game. Don't hold me on the VR game. But I am pretty sure we're going to get a decent lineup, and then it'll probably carry on with smaller indie titles and stuff that people aren't too bothered about afterwards. I do think for the Christmas stuff though, we are going to get something to make people happy. Curious to see what you guys think though. Obviously at the moment, nothing's been said officially about when stuff's going to be happening. It's kind of just my thoughts of what's happened in previous years. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you think. Second off, the Christmas stream. At some point over Christmas, yes, we are going to be doing a Christmas stream. Now, if you guys have never got involved, and you're kind of just looking at the channel thinking, PlayStation Plus, gonna do a stream, right, it's gonna be Titanfall or Motocross. Nope. Pretty much when we do a stream on the channel, we either do it on YouTube, which I'll be honest, don't do that often, or we do it over on Twitch, which I was streaming like once a week or so, and now it's kind of eased off a little bit. The whole thing of setting a schedule of having to stream on certain days kind of gets on top of me, and I just tend to get to the point where as soon as I fancy streaming, that's when I'm going to do it. But over Christmas, there is going to be a stream, and I'm not too sure whether or not it's going to be on Twitch, whether or not it's going to be on YouTube, or whether or not I actually just do it over on both, because obviously there's people that prefer different platforms. Not too sure how it's going to work, but there is going to be something, and I'll be posting an update probably on Twitter of exactly what's happening and when it's happening, so you can see at the bottom. Head on over there, make sure you follow if you want to take part. Now, usually when we do a stream, we'll do a Jackbox stream, and if you don't know what Jackbox is, it's a massive party game where you watch it on stream, but you play along using your phone. It'll come up a room code. Literally, you go on the Jackbox website, enter that room code, and you're sat there watching the stream, playing along with it, using your phone as a controller. Loads of different party games, quizzes, funny stuff, drawing games, competitions with you guys. They're usually so fun. Until someone comes in and starts with a racist card, which is when we usually have to cut it short, end it, or start banning people, which does get really annoying, but fingers crossed, touch wood, luckily that's not actually happened in quite a while. Now, the second option, which I'm not too sure which I'm going to do, and I might actually put a poll over on Twitter, so again, if you want to have your say, make sure you head on over there. I don't know whether to do a Jackbox night where it's Christmas themed, because that you can make kind of custom games. You can make your own questions on some of the games, and do it literally all around Christmas and just see how that turns out. Or the second option is for me and my missus, which most of you guys that have watched the streams will know, to do a VR night where it will kind of be either me or her on the mic while the other one's kind of playing the VR. Not too sure how to work it, how to set it up, but again, I'm curious to see what you guys think. Which would you prefer? We've got tons and tons of VR games, and we've got all of the Jackbox games. So yeah, head on over to Twitter. I'm going to put a poll up. Whichever you guys think would be the better option is probably the one that I'm going to go for. But that's pretty much it for this one. I know it's kind of just me rambling on a little bit, but I just kind of wanted to give an update, say my thoughts on what's happening, and kind of just give a bit of a heads up on what I think you guys should be expecting. Granted, it could all kind of be auto set in place where on January the 1st at 4:30 PM, it's kind of auto released over on Twitter and over on the PlayStation blog, which is a possibility, but because Xbox have gone early, I think PlayStation are going to go early as well. But that is pretty much it for this one. I'm sorry, it is just me rambling on. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time.